Hi traders, this is Forex Nelson and I'm back again today with another A Trades. Today's date is December the 9th and I'm using my Trigger Zones trading system. I would go as far as saying that this is, I would call it the Holy Grail trading system, mainly and mostly because of this Trigger Zones indicator. I really believe it's a magic indicator. I call it TZ for short, Trigger Zones. It helps me to find the beginning of the up and down cycles within the market. You can easily trade all three trading sessions 24 hours a day. I call that the flow of the market, which you must learn to succeed at trading. Now today I only did one Forex pair. I'm starting to lean more and more towards futures, indices, gold, oil, as they produce a lot more ticks and pips and money, as you can clearly see. I used to be happy with 20 pips a day, and then as time goes on you want more and more pips. And over the past month or 6 weeks, I've been aiming for 200 or more pips a day. And today, definitely, due to the fact that I have the DAX and the DAX here, this definitely is well over 200 pips. Now, all of these trades, before I took them, about 6 o'clock this morning, I was drilling down the lights from the monthly all the way down to the 30 minutes and producing my daily trade plan. All of these trades was taken directly from my daily trade plan. Now, it doesn't mean that absolutely every one of these will work out, but as long as you follow the rules within your system, I highly recommend the Trigger Zones. Because the rules are very clear as to when you should be pulling the trigger, either for buying or selling. So like I said, I didn't take all the trades obviously, but I took the ones that looked the best at that point in time. If you don't have a trade plan, all you got to do is get in touch with me and I can make this available for you. Because if you don't have a trade plan, that is a big reason why you are failing. And it's all my mentors told me 16 years ago. You have to have a plan, a trade plan. Plan your trade and trade your plan. Took me a long time to actually learn all the secrets of that, but once you learn that, trading will become a lot more easy for you. So anyhow, moving right along to these trades. Now once I establish the fact, and it's within the daily trade plan, at that point I put in an arrow which reminds me which way I want to go. These are all things that you have to do. But anyhow, higher time frame said to buy on the dollar CAD, so I bought it. Sometimes it takes a few hours to kick in, not a big deal. Pulled the trigger, got in. Looks like I locked in 12 pips, just being happy with those 12 pips, and those 12 pips paid $1,023. Moving on to 30-year bonds. This was the only other one that I bought. There's the arrow. Did qualify like the dollar CAD for a great way to trade using the indicators on the top and the bottom. So let's see where I got in at. Went up, went down, went back up. Finally decided to close it out, being happy with looks like 21 pips. And keep in mind that each pip on the 30-year bonds is $5. So 21 pips on the bonds ended up paying $1,100. Moving right along to the S&P 500, decided to put 2 positions in. Let's see what the story is here. There's the arrow from the higher time frames. Let's see where I got in at which one was first here. I took the trade once at 625 and then again at 817. Let's see on this trade. Now remember, trading these instruments at 10 or 20 pips will not hold many times unless you get lucky and get it bang right on, which is very difficult to do. But anyhow, I closed out the trade being happy with this one with 25 pips. Remember, each pip on the S&P 500 is $5. 25 pips paid out $1,250. Let's run a check on the second entry, which I took over here. I thought it was going to break down and keep going, like break the bottom. But the market was real, and it still is, as you can clearly see, having a hard time to break the bottom. So I ended up closing out the trade on this one. Should be around 25 pips the same. And 25 pips on this position paid exactly the same, $1,250. Moving right along to the Russell. This one pays $10 a pip. Did qualify for a great way to trade. It's a very high success rate. At least it is for me. It's about 95%. When I see charts looking like this, I know I'm going to be making pips. Pull the trigger here. Close it out again. Just being happy. Could have made a lot more. But as I said, once I get 200 or more pips, I'm generally happy with that. Looks like this one paid out 35 pips. Should be 36 actually, because it's $10 a pip. So 36 pips on Russell paid $3,600. Moving right along to crude oil. Another one that did qualify for a great way to trade. There's the arrow. Higher time frame said to sell. Exactly what I said within the daily trade plan. Let's see. Pull the trigger here. This cursor. And I closed it out, when I was happy. It looks like 48 pips times $10 a pip times 10 lots. That paid out $4,800. Let's move on to the last two that actually pays out the most per pip. DAX 30. Got to be a little bit careful with this one. It pays out $37.50 a pip. There's the arrow. Go line. Everything screaming to sell. Exactly like I said in the daily trade plan. The daily trade plan, day in and day out, keeps paying for itself. Highly recommend you get your hands on it if you don't know how to produce your own daily trade plan. I'm going to go down to the 5 minutes because any little movement will throw the readings off. So let's try to get that reading accurate. Looks like 154 pips. And those 154 pips on the DAX 30 ended up paying out $5,812. Moving on to the last trade, NASDAQ. This one pays $20 a pip. This one did do a big jump around, but higher time frames was telling me to sell. Qualified for a great way to trade. Let's see where I got in at. Took a while for it to come back in my favor, but when it finally did, I ended up closing out the trade being happy with 40. That's 40 pips. You ignore the last two digits, so 40 pips times 20 times 10. 40 pips ended up paying out $8,080. So another great day of trading using my trigger zone system. Today's pips and ticks total was 361. Like I said, once you throw in the DAX, the number jumps a lot more. And those 361 pips paid $26,916. So if your system is not producing great results like my trigger zones, I highly recommend you getting your hands on it, and make sure you have a good daily trade plan. Those two together really should get you going in the right direction. So if you want some more information on my trigger zones, look right below this video. You'll see my system right up. I do charge $250 for it. I teach how to trade the flow of the market. If you don't learn this, you will never succeed at trading. Now my trigger zone system has 5 gigabytes of training, and you'll get an exact copy of my system on your MT4 platform. Included are 6 MT4 templates, 9 custom indicators, and my favorite meter. Now I threw in a lot of PDF books, a lot of Word documents, and 9 bonus videos. This is all just bonus stuff, with jam-packed with a lot of education. Now there's a lot of ways to trade. I do teach a lot of ways to trade. That's why there's 50 training videos. My number one way, of course, is called the Great Way to Trade. Now, we're running short of time here. Please put the video on pause. You can read everything here. There's many ways that I teach, more ways that you learn. The better you'll become as a professional trader. If you have any questions whatsoever, easy, pick up the phone and call me. Here's my number. I actually do answer the phone. I don't have, like some secretary answering the phone. It's a one-man show here. I'm just a trader like you, but with a lot more experience. That's the only difference, and a lot more education. Remember, you need a lot to succeed at trading. You need a lot of demo trading, a lot of chart time, and a lot of education. And I can certainly provide you with a lot of education. Now, if you wish, you can just send me an email. Here it is. Remember, there's an underscore right below it. If you click right here, I do prefer Skype. And through Skype screen sharing, I'll give you a free session, answer your questions, give you some tips and tricks. And keep in mind, I do all that with no obligation to you. Now, if you click on this link right here, you'll see 35 screenshots of all the trigger systems I've produced over the years. So, it's time to wrap up this video. And if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So, until the next trading day and the next video, good luck with your trading, and remember to keep yourself and your family safe. Okay, bye for now.